about time. This is going to be great. Oh, man. Hope you guys are ready for this. I think I am. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode number 47. The meaning of life, universe, everything else. Episode number 47 of our regular Wednesday night broadcast. Hey, everybody. It's the Ezra Show.
Oh, shit.
Now available every single Wednesday on #Android, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern. Very, very, very excited to have you all here listening into us live. Today's date is Wednesday, January 30th. 2013, currently a bit after 6. I am your host. My name is Scotty broadcasting from beautiful Puget Sound, Washington. We're going to jump right into this. I'd like to introduce my co-host. Everybody, please give it up for the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Vinny Messina. What's up, man?
Not much. Feeling much better.
Yeah, you know, you were pretty hashed last week, man.
Oh, yeah, terrible. I still got a little bit of a cough, but overall I'm feeling much better. That space herpes is on its way out.
That's good, man. I'm glad to see that you look like you're feeling better. So that's.
Yeah.
We might as well get our special guest on the air because I mean I know that's what everybody's waiting for. We'll pull him on the air here and get him going. This is going to be a great show. I'm very, very happy to introduce tonight, everybody, the very first time that, as far as I know, that he's ever appeared on camera. Certainly the first time on any of my broadcasts. The guy's been a good friend of mine for a couple years now. Definitely one of the more eccentric people in our community. And despite his ghoulish appearance, absolutely one of the nicest guys I've ever had the pleasure of not only meeting in person, but chatting with multiple times. Everybody, please, let's give it up to my good friend and your creepy crawly, Deth Becomes You.
Yo, what up?
There he is. I mean, I've been waiting for this. You know, we've been putting this together for the last, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks. We've been talking about having you on here. So, you know, I've been waiting for this night to finally get you here. And I got to tell you, man, you certainly do not disappoint.
I couldn't disappoint, man. Could you imagine? Everyone would be like, oh, what a letdown.
You have a standard to uphold with
Yeah, exactly.
So I thank you, and I'm sure Vince will thank you as well from the bottom of our heart, Deth, for coming on our show, man. You are just, you know, you are absolutely one of my favorite characters within the entire ecosystem, and
right on.
Every time I talk to you, I get flashbacks of the last barbecue, where it was like 10 degrees out, and you were in full get up, and I'm serious. I thought you were going to have a heat stroke, man.
Not me, man. I got it handled.
So, Vince, what do you think? Is this the first time you've ever seen Deth, man?
This is the first time live. I've seen him here and there in photos and stuff like that, but awesome.
Awesome. Yeah, he's, you know, this guy, talk about talent, man. Not only with yeah, and we'll talk about all this stuff here throughout the interview. Not only when it comes to just, you know, creating things from the deepest recesses of the horror genre, but the talent that comes through in your work as well, Deth, is really, really great. You put some quality stuff into this.
Thank you.
I'm very happy to be one of the proud owners.
Yeah, there it is.
And sits on my desk. He's a matter of fact, there's only 2 figurines that sit on my desk. It's that one, and then it's my old guy from Android Activist that you made me. So
yeah, cute little guy.
Yeah, so I consider them very special.
Aww.
The only 2 that sit on my desk. So
I'm feeling a little underdressed now.
Yeah, I'm all at my best deads right now.
I do want to. I'm gonna get you to commit to something right off the bat, though, Deth. I want you to commit to being on our show for our Halloween special. Are you commit to that?
What day does that air?
I don't know. Sometime right before Halloween. The Wednesday.
Okay, I'm totally down. If it's on Halloween, I'm sorry. You know I'm gonna be busy, man.
Halloween, I'm gonna be busy too. But I don't even know what date it is. But let's just when we do our Halloween special.
I'm there. I'm totally there.
So anybody else that does broadcasts or video casts, whatever, y'all are screwed. I got the best guy right here. So, I really want to get into one of the motivations for wanting to have you on the air was really your artwork, man. I'm a fan of your work. I'm blown away every time I see one of your new projects. So most of my interview with you is really going to be centered around your artwork. So what I wanted to know is, obviously you've been doing this for a while. What's kind of like the history of your art, and how did you get into it? When did you start? What age? And I don't know. Give us a brief rundown.
All right. Okay. I'll see if I can make it short and sweet. Started when.
Oh, man, it's fine.
Yeah. It had to have started when I was really young. I went trick-or-treating, and I probably had on Batman or something stupid, and saw some kids with the fake slashes and things like that in their face, like fake scars. And so I asked my mom if I could get one of those. So the next Halloween had it. She was putting it on there, and I was like, "You're not doing it right." And so from that point on, it was bam, bam, bam. Just kept doing my own stuff, and then it slowly started to go from just masks, then grew into like full-size costumes. Of course, I seemed to only be busy around Halloween, but we're talking. I went through school on Halloween on Friday the 13th. I remember one year in high school, it was Friday the 13th. I had my eyeball hanging out, covered in blood and stuff, and everyone was cool with it. They're like, "Oh yeah, that's just that dude. He's cool."
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. So, what was if you can remember back, what was your very first hardcore costume that you've done?
This was actually pretty cool. I think I only have the gloves left for it. I think everything else is toast. It was a full body suit. I was on stilts. I was 8 feet tall. I had like a 10-foot wingspan, and I went to my high school on Halloween dressed like that. And the teachers didn't care. They're just like, "You don't even have to stay in class. Just walk around the campus," which was really cool. So I just walked around campus the whole day, and they let me out early. It was dope.
Oh man, and you don't have any photos of that, of course, huh?
Probably not. I might, but this was before digital, so.
Yeah, I would have loved to have seen that. That's your talent. Just I don't know, man. You blow me away, dude. You got some really, really awesome ideas. Thanks. I would give anything to have as much talent to be able to create stuff in my little pinky as you have. So.
Thanks, man.
Obviously you're big into the horror genre. I mean, I'm looking behind you, and is that like your studio where you do your work, or what?
Yeah, this is actually just one of the walls, just a small section of wall that has some of my monsters on it and stuff. So the whole place is filled like this. I just decided to pick this corner because it had the coolest wallpaper.
This is all original artwork, right?
Yeah.
I've seen your cars too. I've seen photos of your old car and photos of your Scion and whatnot. And so it's not just figurines and stuff and that particular medium that you do. I mean, you do everything from cloth, latex to your car.
I'm like a horror renaissance man when it comes down to it. The car you're talking about, the Civic, that had the flesh interior, I actually did it up like Fast and the Furious style, and it had black and red tweed for the interior with raised flames, and I thought that was really cool, and they had flames on the window tint. And then I went to a car show. Some dude had the exact same setup as me, just colors reversed, and I was like, man, I got to do something that no one's going to touch and no one's going to want to do or even think about, and bam, I did a full flesh interior.
That's great. I know it's in your stream. If anybody goes and checks out his albums, man, the work is just great. And then, of course, there's the Scion, the little hearse.
Yeah.
That thing's badass. He drove. So Deth drove from his home all the way down to the barbecue, and it's a black Scion XB.
Yeah.
And it's all done up like a hearse with airbrushing of zombies on the back and the shovels on the roof rack and the curtains and.
Yeah.
I was blown away. This was man, it was just so cool. So, so you're working with cars and stuff. Why horror? I mean, why not sci-fi or something else?
You know what? I guess it really comes down to fear, and I like seeing people afraid, and sci-fi doesn't really do that for me. You know, like if I went as a, you know, some astronaut, who's going to be scared? Really? So.
So, yes, that's pretty cool.
The Predator or Alien, that's a little scary there.
Yeah, that's, you get like a cross. Like I'd be down to do Predator and you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I was thinking you should put a Knox bottle like in the middle of your flesh car there, have it like busted open like it exploded inside.
Pieces of people in there.
His old Civic, man. I mean, even the seats looked like they were stitched skin. I mean, just wow.
I had the 7 deadly sins written in blood, hidden within, so you had to look for it and, you know, see if you could find the little secret thing. Scotty, what you didn't see this last barbecue I drove down there, I had installed a Nexus 7 tablet in the dash, but I took the dash out and I made it an actual monster. So the vents are the eyes. You have to actually lift up the upper jaw to see the Nexus 7 and all that.
I saw
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, that was crazy. So you know, you're obviously a horror fan. How did the Android stuff kind of fit in here? How did those two come together?
It was, I guess, love for Android, which is why we're all here. And I was talking with some people, and I was like, wouldn't it be cool to have a zombie version of our favorite mascot? And if you're like, yeah, sure. So I drew a picture, and someone's like, that's pretty cool. So I was like, I think I'm going to make one, like the one you have, Scotty. And then people are like, hey, I want one. And it was like, I want one. So I was like, oh, I guess I got something here. So I can take my love for horror, my love for Android, and I could mash them together into something really sick.
What'd you think about the statue they put over there at Mountain View with the zombie when they were promoting, what was it, Zombie Smash or something?
You know what? My goal from the beginning was to get my undead android on the lawn at Google, maybe just on Halloween. I didn't care. And then I saw they did that, and I was like, oh, you beat me to it. But they didn't actually do like a full one, just put some clothes on it. So I guess I still got a chance.
Nice. Maybe we'll have to make some phone calls or something, see if we can't make that happen. That would just be...
That's a dream right there.
What's, you know, being a big horror fan, what's your favorite horror movie of all time?
Dude, you cannot ask me that. You can't ask me that. I'm sorry, that's a terrible question. I was going to ask the same thing. That's terrible, and you know it. You know I can't answer that. There's too many.
Name some that you really, really like.
Okay, yeah. The ones, I'll name what's affected me the most. Okay. In terms of their impact on, you know, everything else. It's going to have to be a Nightmare on Elm Street, Poltergeist, Hellraiser, and of course Halloween, Friday the 13th. A lot of the mainstream ones, but then you got to go way, way back, and you got to go original Frankenstein's monster and The Mummy, things like that. Not the new Mummy, the old one. You know what I'm talking about.
Right, the classics. Okay. Vince, do you have a favorite horror movie? Do you even watch horror movies?
Oh yeah, I used to watch them a lot when I was younger. I kind of feel like when I was growing up, there were a lot more horror movies coming out all the time versus nowadays. But I'd say definitely it was Halloween were my favorites, and then probably Nightmare on Elm Street was probably my second back then. And then I liked the Friday the 13th, but Michael Myers was definitely my favorite until they ruined them with all these newer ones.
Well, you know, when we were growing up, I have no idea how old you are. I think you're somewhere in your late 20s or something. But
I'm over 1,000, if anyone really wants to know. I'm over 1,000 years old.
But Vince is about my age. And we grew up in the time of, you know, there was literally every year there was either, you know, a new Friday the 13th coming out. There was a new Nightmare on Elm Street coming out. You know, there was always, you know, some kind of horror flick coming out.
Yeah, you're talking about the 80s when all the movies were still good.
Oh, yeah. We had Poltergeist, Ghoulies. We had all sorts of things.
Yeah.
Amityville, everything.
Now, see, I'll share something with you guys. I do not like horror movies very much. I mean, I really don't. It's not that I get frightened easy, because I don't. It's just, I don't know, man. I kind of get the creepy crawlies with that stuff. And yeah, the horror movies you know, Nicole watches them, and then so when I'm gone, so like if I'm working late or something on a Saturday night, Nicole and my daughters will get together and have a horror movie marathon. You know, they'll fire
nice.
pound them out, because if there's a horror movie playing, I won't watch it. I'll go in the other room or something. But I got to tell you, I've got one horror movie that has absolutely positively freaked me out.
All right, let's hear it.
And I've watched it a couple times, and anytime I even think about it, it really just creeps me out. And if for some reason I do happen to actually watch part of it, I'm guaranteed to have nightmares that night. And it's Event Horizon, man. I can't.
Oh yeah.
Watch that, man. I mean, when that dude pulls his eyeballs out, and he's all, "Where we are going, you don't need eyes." I'm like, oh my god. And then the dude running through the flames. I'm telling you, even just thinking. So I'm not a big horror movie fan. Because they really, I don't know, man. They just mess with my head, I guess. I don't know. So we were kind of talking a little bit, Deth, about all the different stuff that you do. What are all the kind of mediums that you work in? I mean, like your little undead android guys. I mean, what is this, clay or polymer? How do you do this?
Well, it starts with clay for sculpting, and that changes. That kind of clay changes. There's a whole bunch of them. I'm not gonna list them. And then when I actually make them, what you're holding there, that's actually plastic. It's a plastic resin. Same with the smaller figure there. So most of what I do, unless it's a straight sculpt out of polymer clay and then cooked and sent out, it's usually molded, and then I cast it, and then I cast it in plastic. So
how long? I mean, I look at the detail that goes into this, and some of your work, like the monster tissue box and stuff like that. This has to be stuff that takes you forever to do. I mean, when you were, there was one of the projects that you put up recently, and people were kind of bitching about the price of it. And I saw that, and I was like, you guys don't understand how much work goes into this. Give us an idea.
Yeah.
Kind of labor that goes, the design and everything that goes into just making an original piece.
Okay. Well, thank you. And when I gotta lay out the ideas, because you can't just do like you're talking about Andy Kruger. You can't just lay out colors and expect, oh, people are gonna catch this. They're gonna know what it is, because people are gonna go, oh, that's a cool Freddy Krueger. Or they're going to look at it and go, oh my god, that's Andy Kruger right there. Like, I understand that as an android, So there's that whole process that has to go through. Then the sculpting, you got to get it just right. And then once it comes down to paint and recreating it and everything, that takes several days.
Several days. Wow, that's crazy. There's a lot of work that goes into that stuff.
Yeah, it is. And so when I ask the prices that I do, it's like people that don't know what kind of work goes into it. A lot of people just think you just spray something, it's done. It's not like that. Oh, I don't have a factory. I can't, have some place in China making these for me. It doesn't work like that.
Right. Vince, you got some questions for Deth here?
No, not really. I was just interested to hear, about his influences and how much work, like you just asked him, go into each thing. Because to the normal layman person who doesn't know, obviously, like you hit the point that you see something like $70 and you think, whoa, because obviously you could grab one of the regular ones for what, I don't know, like not that much. So you think that's wicked expensive, but then when you start thinking about how it's kind of original, one of a I don't know how many you make. I don't know how many you make of each, but you're definitely picking up a collector's item, and then all the work that goes into it, you start to rethink. All right, maybe he's not asking too much actually. So it's a tough line, but I definitely appreciate all the work that you do put into it. They come out pretty sick in my opinion.
They're great.
Right on. Thanks.
Really, your stuff is actual artwork. They're not just toys. I mean, it's artwork, man. What would you say is your most difficult project that you've ever done, that you've ever undertook?
I'm gonna say most difficult now is gonna have to be the crawling zombie, the bicycle girl from The Walking Dead, the very first season, first episode. I started sculpting it, and it's her full torso and head, and I actually started doing that, and because of all the other projects, I haven't been able to get back to it, but I'm trying to make it a 1-to-1, which means exactly as it was seen in the show. So, and I almost put her back here, but I didn't because she's not ready or nothing.
1-to-1, meaning life size.
Yeah, life size.
Goodness, what are you making that out of?
It starts in clay, and then I'm going to have to make a mold of that and then cast that in either silicone or resin. I might do both.
Oh, man, I can't wait to see that.
So let me ask a question. Is this something that's just a hobby of yours, or are you looking to, I mean, are your plans to do this, professionally in movies or whatnot and stuff like that, or?
Vincent, I think, I mean, I'd love to do horror movies, and work with production and everything. As of right now, I guess you could call it professional because that's what I do for a living. A lot of the stuff that's online, you guys see is like Android stuff, maybe a couple of mask stuff like that. But there's a lot of stuff I do that never gets shown, and that's because it's from private clients. It's just for them, so I don't actually have their permission to show it. So the Android stuff, I'd say, is almost kind of a hobby because I do it on the side, but I love it so much that I don't know what else to say.
So do you actively seek like employment with movie studios and stuff like that, or you just don't bother? You just keep doing your thing.
I used to. I used to live in California, as a matter of fact, and I did do that. But it started to turn out that people would contact me and need things that weren't movies, and then I started getting work for that, and it turns out that I could do it from home, and I didn't need to be in California, so I figured I'd move and I could still do it, and I still am. Now, if someone said, hey, fly to California and work on this movie, I'd be down in a second. I'd say, sorry, everybody, gotta go.
When are we going to see you on Face Off?
Oh, ask Timothy. I know he's Timothy Burns is in there. He's been giving me a hard time about that. I actually tried out for season 2. I guess they didn't like my stuff, but I hope it'd be sometime.
Sooner rather than later, I hope.
Yeah.
So talk about about the inspiration for your work. I mean, I know obviously, yeah, you're a huge horror genre fan. Is there anything else that you pull inspiration from? Do you see something? Go, oh man, I'd like to. I mean, kind of like how you did with the Android. You said, man, we need an undead Android, and we need a little more dead up in here. What else do you pull inspiration from?
Maybe it's because I'm an artist. Every single thing I see becomes part of something that I'll make. And I have a couple of boards, not on this back wall, but some other walls, of just constant ideas. I wake up in the middle of the night, got to write stuff down, whatever. I don't have time for all of it, but I think I find inspiration in almost everything. But I feel the most inspired when someone's scared or something scares someone that I didn't even think about, like, wow. And then how can I incorporate in that? I get fear just being such a strong emotion is a real motivator for me.
Now, what about, I met you at the Android Barbecue, not this last year, but the year before.
Yeah.
Do you attend any other events? Do you go to horror cons or anything like that where people can meet you or see you?
Yeah, I actually, when I was in California, I went every time there was something, I would be there. Since moving, there aren't any around here, just the zombie walk that they do up in Denver. And I have actually made costumes for people up there. I just haven't posted them yet. But as far as it goes where I'm at, there's not really that much going on, so a lot of it would have to be traveling to California. So the only time I go back there now is like for Halloween Horror Nights or something like that.
Sure. We have Comic-Con coming up next in March here in Seattle, the Emerald City Comic-Con.
Ooh. Yeah, see, it's really difficult. The last time I actually went to a Comic-Con, I had to sneak in because tickets sold out so fast.
Emerald City Comic-Con up here, they're the same way. They sell out, in a heartbeat. But
I would love to go.
Totally worth it if you can. I promised Nicole and Dakota that I was going to take them this year.
Oh man,
they're going to do some. They're going to dress up as some Final Fantasy thing. I'm going to dress up as a dad or something. Wear a shirt and tie. So where you're at with your career right now, what would you see? If you could say, this is where I want to be in 20 years with my art. Where would that be? Where do you envision yourself? In 20 years, I still want to be doing this. It's one of those things where it's your dream job. You've found your dream job, and you don't want it to stop because it's not work. No matter, you know what? I would do this for free. I would make these things for free if I didn't have to have a roof over my head and that kind of thing. I've worked haunted houses for free. I've spent my own money to make their costumes and masks and things like that. And it's like I love it just so much. Doesn't matter how much of a headache it creates. So I hope I'm still doing that in 20 years. Maybe doing some movies. That'd be awesome. So when you make the big time with the movies, let's make sure we know so we can refer.
I'll still holla at my boys.
Refer back to this. So I got to ask, you're kind of, you have this mystique within Android. Nobody's ever seen your face that we know of. We don't know your real name, none of that stuff. You've really built this entire character around who you are. What about your personal friends and family back at home? I mean, I know you're married, and I mean, do they know kind of about how into this you are and kind of your involvement? What's your relationship with them, and how I mean, obviously your wife must support your work, right?
Yeah, she doesn't know half of what goes on, really. It's one of those, if you, and I know everyone listening and watching, and you and Vincent, if you know someone who doesn't even know what Android is, they really don't care if you have an Android toy or you did some Android artwork. They really don't care. The only time that my family knows about anything is when it's Halloween time. Everything else, they don't know. They don't know me. They don't know. It's like, I'm like Superman. Like Bizarro Superman or something like that. Super Death.
Kind of got like this dual lifestyle going on or something.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Do you ever wear your makeup to go to the grocery store and do grocery shopping, anything like that?
All the time. I'm glad that the city is so cool. Like they're so relaxed about it. They just, hey, what's up, Deth? They're totally down for it. So I don't know if they're afraid to ask questions or what. They just kind of leave me alone.
Vince, you got some more, man? I know you got a big grin on your face.
Yeah, I'd leave him alone too. No, I was gonna say something. Oh yeah, how about I'd like to see a little stop motion Halloween film with some horror Andes.
Oh yeah, well, you know what? I've got some stuff in the works. I was planning on doing some more custom horror androids. I was going to do a movie with them. I also have some pictures. I think it's on my MIG Plus, and it's actually a bunch of undead androids attacking an apple and eating it and all that. Did that one a long time ago, but yeah, I'm totally down for making some stop motion horror movies.
little group of zombie droids chasing your little Rick Grimes guy.
Yeah.
A bunch of half-eaten sheep out in the field.
There you go.
Sounds good. Sheep. Apple sheep.
Deth, do you mind if we open the phone lines up, see if anybody wants to call in, ask you some questions themselves?
Well, yeah, that's cool. I plan on doing a little special thing, and I brought some stuff too to show off if there's a chance.
Yeah, let's. I'll tell you what. Let me give out the phone number. So if you want to call in, you want to talk to Deth, give us a jingle. The number is 347-838-9645. 347-838-9645.
Give us a call, guys.
45. Give us a call. Get into the phone queue, and I heard tell that you not only going to show us some stuff, but you might have a giveaway or something, right? Too. I
might or might not or definitely have something to give away with. You got to answer some questions though. So.
I like that. All right, so if you want to answer some trivia questions with Deth and get your opportunity to win, why don't you? I'll tell you what. Why don't you show us some of your artwork, Deth? Show us some of this stuff while the phone queue fills, right. and then maybe show one of the ones the one that you're giving away to the winner. Okay.
I'll just show a couple of things here. I know some people have seen the Sid Android.
And that thing is so.
It was for fit snugly. Here it is with it on. I don't know if you can actually see it.
This is a light in its belly.
Yeah, this one's actually going to Germany, which is pretty dope. Let's see here.
Was that one of Art Bell's, or is that his name?
Yeah.
So, okay, and you just modified it, put the light and stuff in.
Yeah, I cut it out, repainted it, and all that, and made it so he's winking. And
that is so awesome, man. Okay.
Okay, now this one, no one has seen unless they watched my YouTube channel and they saw my unboxing of a Nexus 7. And I showed it to Roman. I was hoping he was going to be in the chat because I gotta start making these things. It's actually a AOKP unicorn.
Man, that is great. Oh man.
So just a little stand, just whatever. I made this a long time ago and just never got a chance to recreate them. Didn't know if anyone would care if I even made it. So
that is so cool.
Let's see here. This is something it's not Android related. It's not finished painting, but this is one of the. This is like a 1/3 size bust of a zombie that I haven't released yet, but is on my website. I guess I call him Humanity Z because he looks really sad. But he's unfinished, but I just thought I'd show it off.
That is wicked. Guys, 347-838-9645. That's the number to call in. 347-838-9645.
Come on, you guys, call.
What else you got, man?
Okay, I'm gonna show the thing I'm gonna give away if somebody calls and answers a trivia question. They'll totally get this, and it's another unreleased. Only had it available at the barbecue. Probably not gonna make any more. Here it is. It's a newer version of Undead Android. He's
Oh wow!
Here, compare him to a regular Andy size.
He's a big guy.
He's just an art piece. He's airbrushed and he's got blood and all the cool nasty stuff. But give us a call and answer a trivia question. And it's yours,
dude.
And they're horror related trivia questions, by the way. Horror movies. So if you know some horror movies and you're down, give us a call.
I'm gonna make a quick post on Google Plus right quick, and up on Twitter as well to get more people on the phone lines.
Is everyone afraid? Are you guys afraid to call?
One of a kind, undead android.
I can't bite you because I'm all the way over here. So.
The phone call's coming from within the house.
Oh, man, I gotta cross off that question.
Jeez, that's funny. 838-9645. All right.
Yeah, call in, just chat. Who cares? Even if you don't want this thing, just say what's up.
We got some phones. Let's pull this one on the air here. Okay. Let me give you a little hint now. Okay.
They were underwater.
If you're calling in on the phone and you're listening to us on some speakers like your computer or something like that, turn the volume down on your computer or whatever else it is you're listening to us, or else you will get a terribly nasty feedback loop. And that's what that noise just was. So we're going to put area code 256 on the air. 256, you're on the air. Who's this?
Hello?
Oh, Jesus.
This is Adam.
Hi, Adam. How are you, man?
Good. How about you?
You just blew my frickin' brains out with your volume.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good. Adam, where are you calling from?
Alabama.
Alabama. I could tell. All right. Why don't you say hi to Deth? Deth, say hi.
Hi.
What? You kind of broke up there.
Say hi to Deth.
Hi.
Hello there, Adam.
Take it away, Deth. You got a trivia question for Adam?
Yeah, Adam, you down to win this thing?
Yep.
Okay. All right. I got one question for you. You got 5 seconds to answer it, dude. You ready?
Okay.
All right. In the movie Child's Play, what is Chucky's real name?
Oh.
No.
Oh, sorry, man. Not enough time to get on your computer and look it up.
I think can I answer that?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Wasn't it something Ray? Charles Ray?
Oh, you got it. Charles Lee Ray, dude.
Oh, dude! What do you know? Oh, man.
But you're disqualified from the contest, so.
I know,
but
but
congratulations. Congratulations.
I honestly can't believe I remember that because just I don't watch horror movies but the actor who played him was the same guy who played Billy Babbitt from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I do know that.
All right. So
Well,
you know a little horror, even though you don't watch it.
A little bit, because Chucky gave me nightmares for about 2 years. So, okay, so let's pick this up. Caller from area code 520. Who's this?
Hey, this is Tim.
Tim, Bearded Tim, Spider Tim.
Bearded Tim, Tim Burns, Spider Tim. Yes, all three.
Bearded Spider Tim.
Every time Tim posts a picture, that's another 20 minutes of me brushing off my shoulders like this,
I love his posts with spiders.
Tim Burns. All right, so say hi, Tim.
How are you doing, Deth? Hi.
Yo, I'm good, man. You know it.
Awesome.
All right, you guys.
I usually don't call into anywhere.
I know this is cool.
I figured this is a special occasion, though.
It totally is. Thank you.
I'll be honest with you, Tim. After not talking, but after interacting with you over Google Plus for the last I don't know how long, To be honest with you, I expected you to have a little more baritone in your voice. I mean, you're a big hairy monster guy with the beard and spiders and stuff.
It's all deceiving. It's very deceiving.
Tim is the kind of guy. When you see Tim's pictures, he looks like he would be out cutting wood. I mean, he looks Canadian. Tim, you're down in Arizona or something, right?
Yes, I am. Southern Arizona.
Oh, right on, dude. Right on.
Nice. What's the weather like down in Southern Arizona this time of year?
Well, it can get down to just above freezing at night, but it gets right back up to 70 to 80 during the day.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. All right, Deth, you got yourself a trivia question for Tim?
I sure do. Okay, this one's easy. Okay, I'm going to give you one of the easy ones. It's not really. I'm just saying that. Okay, this is another Child's Play. Are you good with Child's Play trivia?
No.
Oh, man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What is the name of the child who first finds Chucky? Come on, dude.
No idea. I'll say.
I'm sorry, dude. Time ran out, man.
I'll take a shot at it. Was it Billy?
Andy.
No, you guys, it was Andy. Yeah, it was Andy.
Oh, it was Andy. Oh.
Yeah, I thought I'd throw that in there. Andy.
Andy.
Okay, that one was really tough.
I'm horrible at remembering those little bits of trivia. Oh, well, it was great talking with you, though.
Awesome. Thanks for calling, Tim.
Nice.
Yes, thank you.
That guy he's one of the more interesting people I've interacted with. He's a hell of a good cook, and he's into spiders and creepy crawlies. So yeah.
Yeah. When he starts cooking up spiders, let me know.
Area code 313. You're on the air. Who's this?
This is Rob.
Rob who?
Rob Cook in the chat.
Hi, Rob Cook.
Yo, what up, Cook?
What's up? How you guys doing?
Good. Where are you calling from?
What's that?
Where are you calling from?
You there?
Hi, how are you?
Good.
Yeah,
You're breaking up.
Where you're breaking up. Trust me, it's
Oh, yeah, exactly. Right.
Where are you calling from?
Lincoln Park, Michigan.
Lincoln Park, Michigan. Okay. Ooh, God, Michigan's cold. All right.
Just south of Detroit.
Nice. Let's see. Deth, go ahead with your trivia question.
Okay, let me make it a little easier. Do you know Halloween trivia at all? Like the movie Halloween?
I can try. I've seen a lot of the movies, but I don't know how good I am.
Okay. Well, then I'll do this one because for me it's easy because they've made 2 films of it, so there's twice the information out there. Okay. In what movie did the survivors hide out in a mall?
Say that one more time?
In what movie did the survivors hide out in the mall?
This was a Halloween movie?
No.
Man.
I'm not doing Halloween now. This is something else. I'll give you a little hint. It may have the villains start with a Z. And you got 5 seconds.
Halloween 6.
No, it's not a Halloween movie. I decided to go with something else.
Which one do they hide out in the mall?
Yeah, what movie? What movie is it?
I know this one. I know the movie. Hold on. Was that the 28 Days Later movie?
Oh, man. Sorry. The correct answer was... Anyone know it? Anyone know it in the chat? No, it was Dawn of the Dead.
I see. I would have known that. You know how I would have known that? Because I've seen it. It had the little cheerleader girl and her older sister in it, and they were at the radio station at one point, and they were at the mall, and you had like the dudes who looked like they were from the Cars were hunting them down, and right?
Yeah, I guess so.
No, that was Night of the Comet. My bad.
Yeah.
All right, 347-838-9645. If you want an opportunity to win this, it looks like we had a couple people drop out of the call queue. I mean, really, guys, if I'll tell you what. This is what we'll do. If you called in already, we'll give you another question. So call back in 347-838-9645. We'll get you a different question and we'll give you a shot. And we're gonna
make it easy.
Yeah. Well, he'll. Yeah. See, I didn't get that one. I shopping mall was one too. Apparently, shopping mall. Okay. Deth, do you mind sticking around for a bit while we talk news items and stuff?
No, I don't want to do that.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, dude, I'll totally hang out.
So, we're going to wait for people to call back in, 347-838-9645. If you called in and you missed the question the first time, that's fine. Call back in. We'll give you another one. We just want to give one of these away. We want to give this it's a really cool piece of artwork. And, I know all you little geeks are introverted and sit behind your computer screens and, oh, my gosh, I got to talk on my phone. Just call in. Don't be a wuss. Just do it. So, I want to talk about some news items right quick. Nexus 4 is back in stock. Yay. On the Google Play Store, $299 for the 8 gig, $349 for the 16 gig. In other words, in other news, I also put up my brand new HTC One S for sale on Swappa, trying to get some money to get a Nexus 4 together. So if you happen to need one of those, go buy it. Also, T-Mobile has them in stock. Apparently, 550 off contract, 200 on contract. Wirefly is doing one right now, though you can get it for 149 on contract extension. And oh, you think so? Oh, okay. So Vince says that we need a new news intro. So here we go. Hold on. Sorry, I goofed that up. So yeah, we should intro the news like this every week.
Let the bass drop. Android.
Our new news intro is brought to you by QNX.
That's great.
I couldn't believe that. I Dropboxed it and stuck it up on Google Plus for anybody that wants it. It's pretty damn funny. So yeah, Nexus 4 is now becoming widely available. Apparently, it's been for sale for a couple days now on the Play Store and has not sold out. I have no idea when they're shipping. Vinny, do you know when they're going to be shipping those out, or if they're instant ship?
I've heard that people are already getting emails saying that their order's being shipped. So it looks like it's pretty quick.
Nice. Looking good. That's great. I'm really hoping that there's some left on payment, because for sure. Do you have a Nexus 4, Vince?
No, I've avoided it like the plague, but it's starting to grow on me. The thought of getting out of Verizon is kind of like pushing me.
Oh, that's why I forgot you're on Verizon. Deth, what device are you rocking nowadays?
It's the International, the N7000, the Note.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm on T-Mobile, and where I'm at, I get the Edge.
Yeah.
It's killing me.
Move out of the frickin' sticks, man. Gosh. Let's see here. Okay, so yeah, and apparently there's rumors of a white Nexus 4 might be floating around there.
Yeah, it looks pretty sweet, actually, with that whole reflective tile background. I'm not usually a fan of white devices, but that one looks pretty cool.
Have you seen it, Deth? Have you seen the white Nexus 4?
Yeah, it looks really good. I wouldn't mind putting some blood on it. It'd show up really well.
You know, I was gonna ask, is your Note at all pimped out? Have you done anything to it?
If you want to hold for sec, dude, I can go and get a cover that I made for it. It just didn't fit, so I have to redo it.
Okay, go get the cover. I don't mind. I'm looking at the photo of the white one, and actually, you know, it's...
They actually put out a whole slew of new photos today. A couple sites picked up on it. There was like another, I don't know, like 10 shots of it. So,
you're kidding.
Yeah.
So I could just go to #android.com to find those, right?
No, I didn't get those up today.
Sorry, editor-in-chief. I didn't throw you under the bus there.
No problem.
347-838-9645 is the number. I see one person in queue. That's all right. He's plugging his ears back in.
Hi, they're in.
Is that a tattoo on your right arm right there? You got a sleeve?
Yeah, they're sleeves.
Nice.
My exposed flesh underneath.
So he's Caucasian. It helps. So, okay, you got it?
Yeah, I do. I made it too small, but here it is. Can you see it?
Oh, that is so sick. Oh, man.
So.
It's like stitched together skin, and the Andy looks like it's kind of been carved into it.
Yeah, it's supposed to look like it. I stabbed it in there and carved it and everything, and you can't tell the colors, but there's actually green underneath and stuff. It looks really cool.
That is so wicked. All right, so we have a caller in the queue. Area code 520. You're on the air. Who's this?
That's me again, Tim.
Oh, Tim.
All right.
The spider guy.
Wasting my minutes for trivia I know I won't be able to answer.
Oh, man, at least you're trying, dude.
That's dedication. All right, Deth, go for it. What do you got?
Okay. I'll actually give him a choice. Okay. Would you rather have a Stephen King's It trivia question or a Friday the 13th trivia question?
I'd have to go with Friday the 13th.
Okay. Are you ready? Here we go. Okay,
right.
Where does Jason Voorhees travel to in the 8th Friday the 13th movie?
Space?
Oh,
Is that the space one?
No, man. It's Jason Takes Manhattan.
Recall.
Jason.
There's so many.
It's the 8th one. He goes to Manhattan. You know what? I can go ahead and do the Stephen King's It question if you want to try it.
Go for it.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. In the movie, the clown character in Stephen King's It, what is his name? Not the actor, but the actual character. Blank the dancing clown.
Isn't that Pennywise?
Bam! He got it! Woo!
All right.
Nice.
Congratulations, dude.
Very good.
Wow.
Finally.
Well deserved.
I knew something eventually.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, can you guys coordinate on Plus for an address and all that stuff?
Yeah. We'll talk.
Oh, yeah, well, we can contact each other easy.
That's great.
Right on. Thanks, Tim.
Man.
Sweetness.
Later, bro.
Well, thank you very much for letting me call in again.
Oh, yeah. Well, see, apparently like I said, we've got a lot of, what's funny is I know everybody in the chat room has a phone, obviously. I mean, make a damn phone call with it, people. I mean, it's more than just text messaging and, all that stuff. So, all right, Tim, it's awesome. Thank you for calling back in, brother.
Thank you. Take care. Enjoy. I'll keep watching.
All right, man. Thank you.
Right.
Yeah, he's a hell of a guy. He's a nice guy.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
he's cool.
Him. Awesome for winning himself that. Can you hold it up again, Deth? Hold it up, please. I'm kind of jelly, man. That thing is big, mean, and nasty looking. Yeah.
Can we get a full screen shot of that?
Yeah, get it closer.
Well, all I see is him in the bottom there. Can you get him on like the main screen there? Can you get him on the main? All I see is your face, Scotty.
Oh, hold on. I gotta go to this. All I see is your face, Vince.
There we go. That's what I was looking for.
Sorry, I had it on the auto flip, but when you're talking, it flips over to you. So when I talk, it flips to me. He's not talking; he's just holding it up. So there. Yeah, that looks pretty great, man.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right.
I'm jealous.
That's pretty cool. I am jelly. I'm very jelly. All right, so next is I don't know, man. I was just looking at the photos. Thank you to Justin Martin for posting up in the chat room the link to TechCrunch that has the pictures of the white Nexus in there, and that's pretty sexy. I almost like it better than the black. I don't know. What do you guys in the chat room think? I mean, do you prefer the white? Think the black? I don't know. Deth, do you see these photos?
Yeah, I'm partial to the white devices just because they're easier to customize and make sick. So, I mean, the black one's slick and looks good in the purse, but come on, man, the whites.
Vinny, what do you think, man? You dig it?
It's tough for me. I'm totally digging the back, but then once you flip it around and you get that whole black front, kind of throws me off a little. But the backing with the Nexus reflective tile there definitely looks sick.
I think that's pretty cool. I like it. Yeah. Ooh, that is pretty wicked. Okay. So I don't know. I'd like to see it for sale. You know, and maybe I'll get a black one here soon on payday, and then if the white's coming for sale, I'll buy that one and give Nicole my black one, because that's just how I roll. So yeah. Anyways, you can pick those Nexus 4s up. They're in stock, ready to ship. Apparently, $299 for the 8 gig, $349 for the 16 gig. Don't be a sucker, pop for the 16 gig. It's worth it, I think, for $50 for memory. Okay, another thing that kind of came out today, and I want both your guys' opinion on this, because I think this is kind of interesting, is there's been some leaks about the successor to the Nexus 7. So we ran this up on #Android. The Nexus 7 was really popular because it was, it had vanilla Android, it had top-notch features, and it had a really affordable price. It's become one of the most successful Android tablets of all time. Well, apparently, according to the Taiwanese outlet, Google is set to announce its second-generation Nexus 7 tablet in May. Most of you guys know that's when Google I/O is. Like the first, it's to be made in conjunction with Asus, feature top-notch hardware and software, and remain at the same amazing price point of $149 to $249. Rumored to have a full HD display, thinner bezel, latest version of Android, which apparently is going to be 4.2 is what we're thinking. So yeah, anyways, what I'm kind of thinking about this, I mean, for those of us that bought a Nexus 7 last year, having a new one come out, right around the corner. Deth, do you have a Nexus 7 or do you have another tablet?
Yeah, no, I have the Nexus 7. That's the one that's in my whip. It's in the little hearse.
So a question to both of you guys. I mean, at that price point, is this an annual purchase? If they release one every year, is this something that you'd purchase? Deth, what do you think?
You know what? Yeah, you know what? Buy it. Sell the first. Get the next one, dude. We all do that.
Vince, what do you think?
Oh, absolutely. At that price point, it's something that I could easily buy annually. If it was any more expensive, no, I'd say no. But for the price they got,
yeah,
you almost got it. I mean, you could buy like 3 of them and still be less than an iPad.
Yeah,
he's right. Vincent's right.
There's people that go out and they purchase a new, iPad every year when those come out, and they purchase a brand new iPhone, whatever.
Those people are dumb.
And they're spending, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And here's Google dropping, better hardware on a great platform for $200. I mean, why wouldn't you? One thing, when they did release the Nexus 7 last year, one thing that kind of ticked me off about it was that, the tablets that I already had, like I had a Galaxy Tab 2. And actually, I still have. I had a Galaxy Tab 10, 10.1. I mean, I had all this stuff. Immediately they were completely devalued. I mean, I was thinking I can get this. For the Tab 2. I could probably get $300 for this thing. It's in great shape. And then the Nexus 7 came out. Now it's not even worth $150. So. Yeah. But what a commodity that is. Having a new hardware being released. The latest and greatest for $200, just like the Nexus 4 being released. Yeah.
It's an excellent business model, if you ask me.
Right. What I want to know is, what do you guys think about using Asus again for the next generation instead of flipping it to another OEM?
I say if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Exactly.
But they do that with the Nexus handsets. They flip different. They had HTC, Samsung, LG.
Well, they did do Samsung twice in a row. So.
But is this is still the Nexus 7 though, right? So it's not like a whole nother device number. So.
We don't know what it'll be called.
Oh, okay.
It's the next iteration. The
Nexus 7.5.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah.
It could be the Nexus 7 II. It could be.
Nexus 7. Yeah, they kind of screwed up by putting the numbers in there. I don't know how they're gonna go with that one now. Nexus 7
I don't know.
Plus, I don't know.
Yeah, so.
Nexus 7S, yeah, right?
No.
I mean, Asus did a really good job with this one.
Yeah.
I don't see why they, as I look at the other OEMs, Samsung is really kind of doing their own thing with the tablets, and we'll get to that in a minute. HTC just can't seem to pull together a tablet to save their asses. But the Flyer was, some people loved it, and the hardware was nice, but it just, the sense on a tablet sucks, man. I just can't stand it. So, moving on. Deth, you had something you wanted to show.
Oh yeah, you know what? I have to go get it. I gotta go get it.
Go get it.
You guys continue to talk, okay?
Kind of the next news item I had here is we ran a piece on the Galaxy Note 8 has apparently been leaked. An 8-inch tablet, 1280 by 800 LCD display. It comes with Android 4.2, 2 gigs of RAM, 32 gigs of memory, has an external SD card, 5 megapixel camera sensor in the rear, 1.3 on the front, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, USB, GPS, 4,600 milliamp hour battery, all this stuff. I just got to ask, man, if anybody, you guys in the chat room, have you seen pictures of this thing? Because I got to tell you, that's the worst piece of hardware I think I have ever. That thing looks miserable. I mean, really. Take a Galaxy S3 and stretch it at the corners, and that's what you get. The thing looks ridiculous, in my opinion. Vince, what is your opinion on this thing, man?
Oh, absolutely. They completely failed on design. I mean, it's at that size, you're a tablet. You shouldn't be putting in your home buttons and your capacitive buttons, and do away with the buttons. If they had done away with the buttons, I would definitely be interested in that device, of course, depending on price. But the way it looks right now, like you said, it's just a enlarged S3 or Note 2, and it's terrible.
It's what an ugly thing. And someone mentioned it in the chat room, and that's kind of what my first thought was. They're pulling an Apple and stretching their phone to make it a tablet. I understand that Samsung has come across this magical will not infringe on Apple patent design, but God, that thing is ugly.
Is that it's 8-inch, right? Is that what it is?
The Note
Did
they actually? Yeah. Is that the official release with the buttons on there, or was that just like a prototype?
At first, I thought it was a prototype, but then it started popping up at other news outlets, and it looked exactly the same. And they plan on announcing it or unveiling it at Mobile World Conference, which isn't that far away. So I can't see them busting out a different model. But I got my fingers crossed, but I don't think it's going to happen.
That's really too bad.
This thing is hideous. I mean, really. I mean, bleh. Wow, what an ugly. I don't know. I personally, I don't think that's an attractive piece of hardware at all. That's and the idea. I am not a fan of the actual tactile buttons, mechanical buttons, and it just looks so off on that phone on that thing. It's terrible design. Terrible design. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's too bad because I would totally be interested with the S Pen software and all that, and if they had it at a decent price, I would totally be interested in checking that out.
Isn't the Nexus 10? Isn't that a Samsung tablet as well?
Yeah. Okay. But they didn't go with the buttons on that one.
Yeah, the Nexus 10 is brilliant, man. That thing looks great from the front to the back, man. The hardware on that is beautiful. So obviously they've had some design input somewhere. But this thing right here, man, this is just, I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think in the chat room? Scott Good, he just burns his eyes. I agree. That is, what a hideous looking piece of hardware. I'm terrible. Ugh. Deth, what do you got? Show me what you got.
Actually, I told Scott Good that's in the chat room I'd show this off. He actually sent this to me. It's, I don't know how many other people in the chat room, or if you guys have actual Sphero balls. Do you guys have those?
No, I couldn't drop the cash on it.
Yeah, they seem pretty pricey, but they're boring, like super boring, but they're Android related, so I figured out a way to make them better.
All right, let's see. Oh my God. It's a giant. Oh, wow, look at that. That's a Sphero?
Yeah.
Dude, Scotty's cat just went flying. Do you have a cat, Scott? I just saw something go fly out of your room after that eyeball was shown.
I got
it. It was hilarious.
Was it a black one?
Yeah, it like a bat out of hell. Look
at that. Holy cow, man. That is amazing work.
It makes it so much better rolling this thing around than the stock white version. And the lights still glow. They still work. So.
Oh, my goodness. I could just imagine like rolling that through Safeway or something as I'm shopping for groceries.
Yeah, hey, if there's anyone down in the chat room, go ahead, send me your Sphero. I'll hook it up.
That is.
I actually saw Spheros in my local Target the other day.
Really?
I couldn't believe. Yeah, I couldn't believe it.
they've gone retail with them. Are
Yeah.
$100 in Target?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I would love to have one, but I can't justify $100 for what essentially is going to be a big cat toy. 'Cause that's
Well,
what it,
yeah, that's exactly what it is, dude. But I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it being a cat toy.
yeah, I can't do it. That's amazing, man. God, you do such good work. And it looks like you got like a clear lacquer on it too. So
Yeah, it's all done up so because it's gonna roll around whatever, and then it's got some floor shine wax on it, so it stays. It takes a while to get down to the paint.
man, that is. I got to give you props again for that, dude.
Thanks, man.
That is really wicked cool, dude. That's okay. Let's move on to our final, newsworthy item here. This is I have no notes on this because Vince just said, "Hey, I want to talk about this." So, Vince, I'm going to just turn it all over to you, man. So, you had some comments on HTC's response to the removal of HTC RUU, right?
Yeah, I just I didn't get a chance to put it up on the site, but HTC on their blog came out with a little I want to just call it BS, but obviously the developer community was all upset when HTC took down HTC RU, and everyone was looking for answers, and basically HTC came out and said we had to take it down because they were infringing. HTC was in the domain name. There was their HTC logo. They pulled out the whole, trademark and brand, blah blah blah. But if you take a look at the lawyers' notes, they posted them up on Reddit and stuff like that. It was clear they wanted the ROMs down. They wanted everything down, and I think they went about it all the wrong way, especially if they're trying to say it was only due to brand. Licensing and brand, conflict and stuff. They could have worked with them to change perhaps the domain name or something like that. And there's plenty of other HTC blogs out there that also use HTC in their domain name and whatnot, and you don't see HTC going after them. So I kind of call BS on this one. I think they really were going after them for hosting the ROMs and the RUs and everything, and I think it's sad, and now they're just trying to cover their tracks now that they've upset the developer community. I was wondering, I've seen some people report that good for HTC, they had to do it, they had to protect their trademarks and whatnot, but I wanted to see what other people maybe in the chat room thought. You think that it's HTC's right? I mean, it is their right, but you think they should have went about it the way they did, and do you accept this little apology? Not really an apology, but this excuse.
Yeah, that's a good point. Was it just BS or I don't know. Yeah, and you do have a good point because there's other HTC branded websites, domains, etc. But yeah, they haven't gone after them. I mean, that's kind of a complete about face from what HTC was trying to do with the developer community regarding unlocking stuff and HTC Dev and all that.
Yeah, well, that's what they threw out there. They said, evidence supports that we're all for developers. Just look at our, bootloader and HTCDev.com and our, all the efforts we're making with that and stuff like that. But I don't know. I'm not buying it. I don't think. I think they went after these guys strictly for the fact that they were hosting these ROMs and whatnot. But I don't know. I want to see how it turns out. I want to see if any other sites start hosting them and what happens to them.
That's a good point. I guess we'll keep our eye on that. That's all I got for news. You guys got anything else you want to talk about for news items before we wrap this bad boy up?
Not really. Google I/O. I saw some more evidence that the next iteration of Android will be key lime pie, as if we needed any more evidence to know that. But other than that,
Qualcomm roadmap or something.
Yeah, it's like they had a picture of key lime pie, and they expect it to be out in Q2 of 2013, yeah. which is basically Google I/O. I mean, who couldn't have really called that? But I mean, that's what I'm expecting to see it at Google I/O. My question is, will it be on a handset, a smartphone, or will it be on a tablet? That's what I'm curious to know.
Or both.
or
Is
both.
Is it all speculation for the new features, or is it set?
You know, I don't think that's a good point you bring up, because really, I mean, as far as features go, you know, when it comes to the next iteration of Android, I can't think of anything that, of course, you know, it is Google, man. They might just blow us away with something else. I don't know.
Yeah, there's not like a whole lot you can change. Maybe some little small things that you could do in a 4.2.3 or something, but
what would warrant a big change like that? I don't know, but hopefully it's something to blow our minds.
I got to say that Jelly Bean, you know, with Project Butter and everything on there, I mean, this is just about the most well-refined piece of mobile software. No, it is, without a doubt, the most well-refined piece of mobile software I've ever used. It's
yeah.
you know, they can only make it better. The only thing that I guess that, you know, maybe that I can see happening would be, you know, they're already starting to incorporate, you know, user profiles in some ROMs and whatnot. So, I mean, they're I don't know, gosh, what else would they do? But all right, man. Well, that's Google I/O. I mean, I'm pretty sure that one of us will be there. It's going to be fun. If I get to make my way down there, we'll do the show from there.
Right on.
Oh yeah.
Let's go ahead and we'll wrap up news.
Let the bass drop. Android.
Thanks, Kian. That was great. Okay, guys, we're going to wrap this up, man. It's kind of we're well past an hour. I want to give a big thanks to Deth Becomes You for coming on the show tonight.
Yeah.
Daddy Mac, man, giving away stuffs. Congratulations to Timothy Burns for winning that custom Undead Android figurine from Deth. That was awesome. You guys heard it here. We've got him confirmed for our Halloween episode.
I'm down. I'll be there.
I think that Wednesday is the 30th, so it's the day before Halloween.
Oh,
Yeah.
sick.
Hallows Eve, yeah, right?
All Hallows Eve. Yeah, here we go. Guys, make sure you're checking us out the site at #android.com. Subscribe to our RSS, Facebook, Twitter, G+. Again, big thank you to Deth Becomes You for being on the show. Now, mark your calendars. Not this Saturday, but next Saturday. All right, I don't even know what the date is. Let's look at my calendar. Because next Saturday, that will be the the 9th. No, yeah, the 9th. Or no, we're going to do it this Saturday? No, let's do it the 9th. So the 9th of February, we're going to do Android After Dark.
You.
We don't have a time yet, but...
Actually, when was the... weren't you supposed to do something with the AOKP guys, some party or something?
You know, I haven't heard from Roman. You know, I don't know what's going on with Roman. I'll reach out to them. If it's not the 9th, if we end up doing it this Saturday, we'll let you guys know. Watch the Google Plus page. That's where we're going to announce it. But it's going to be an After Dark. If you've never seen one of our After Darks, you're going to want to be there for this. So
Yeah,
guys,
you totally want to be there.
thanks, everyone, for showing up. You guys are great. We'll see you next Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, for episode number 48. Good times, man. Good times. Thanks, everybody, for joining us.